Lucky for me, given my work trip timing, Belfast Christmas market kicks off nice and early. This year it was November 18th, even before Thanksgiving, and I got to check it out with my good friends Eric and Gina. As this was the first day and it didn't open very early, so they had time for a parade and whatnot, there was a pretty long line that formed outside the gate by the town hall. This was my first Christmas market in general, let alone one in Europe, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I've since been to a few this season, and the gist is the central square of the city puts up at least a couple dozen booths, at least half of which then sell various food and drink, with the rest selling knickknacks, souvenirs, and whatnot. Some actually being Christmas themed and others not. Belfast Market definitely followed this pattern. I was surprised to see how culturally diverse the food stands were. These were the most interesting to me, so most of my footage is different foods. And it's everything from British scone desserts to fried chicken to fajitas to various Asian nationality stuff and more. There are segmented off alcohol areas and the traditional Christmas market drink. It's usually some kind of mulled wine or cider, though there's hot chocolate too. Eric and Gina's strategy was buy whatever looked good when they stumbled on it. Mine was look at everything at the market first and then decide what looked the best after seeing all my options. In the end, just because I happen to agree with their choices and buy very nearly the exact same things only much later, does not necessarily mean that my approach was not the most logical. It's not that big a place, so seeing it all didn't take very long. The best thing we had was the sausage off the spinning, hanging grill thing. They have various flavors of sausage, and then to top them off with fried onions and sauces and other things. Really, really good. The weirdest thing I had was from the French stand, where they faked me out by making me think this was a pile of shrimp I was ordering when it was actually fish cake in the shape of shrimp. Not bad, but quite the surprise when I bit into it. Some markets also have extra types of areas or even carnival rides. Belfast had a Santa to visit, but they hid him inside a hut where you needed to pay to get in. They had a human-sized snow globe for kids to play in. They had a couple beer hall sitting areas with benches and tables to sit down at. And finally, they had a Helter Skelter. For anyone unfamiliar with that term, it's a carnival ride that's basically a lighthouse building with a spiral slide that runs along the outside of it. You've probably seen them before. And for science, of course, I had to test it out. This did not go well. Whatever physical law was supposed to be in effect to negate the friction between the mat and the slide was not in play. And it wasn't just for me either. It wasn't working for anyone. 0 stars review.
It's like I'm rowing a boat.
Final thing I'll point out is that while the Christmas market is fun to visit, you can still walk around other places, and Belfast downtown is quite large. We wandered a number of streets and into the nearby mall too. It's a city with a lot of history and character, and they even embraced the season with the whole parade on the opening day of the market as well. Christmas market is by no means a full day activity, but definitely worth a stop for a meal at least if it's on while you're in town. Subscribe for more Ireland and traveling content, and thanks for watching.